department left from that time. We have some in the audience, but I turned the task over to Sergeant Doug Rendex, and I couldn't be more proud of the effort and the product that came out. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Captain DeFeta, Lieutenant Bermudez, and Sergeant Rendex from our Community Affairs Division.
So I'm just going to explain a quick intro to our program, what it's all about, and it's still ongoing. So the program began on September 1st. This is in line with the 2023-24 school year. Each officer and civilian employee of the police department was featured on their own unique card. We let every officer pick how they wanted their background to look, what uniform they wanted to wear, and it was unique. Somebody wore a baseball uniform. There were 28 cards in total to collect, and we challenged the youth of our community, everyone under 17. The fastest to collect all 28 cards can win a Nintendo Switch, so that definitely motivated everybody. And then we had the second place prize, which is a $100 Amazon card, and a third place prize, which is a $50 Amazon card. So we kicked it off around the school year. We tried to get every officer to engage with our youth, and I think it really worked. It was challenging for some of them based on our midnight schedules and vacation schedules that kind of made certain cards exclusive, but I think it worked out. It took a total of 21 days for our first place winners to collect all the cards. So this program also, I just want to note that this was initiated by the Community Outreach Division, and we have all the elder statesmen of the Community Outreach that really worked hard on this, and I think it was really good for the kids. It's great for us. We met a lot of kids that we didn't know, and hopefully they'll continue to collect these cards. If you hear it from anybody, please pass the word that keep collecting cards. You know, prizes are claimed, they still collect every card in the set. Make sure Yes, it was our community outreach fund paid for the entire program. We had a photographer that was Mr. Lyons also contributed. It was a very worthwhile cause. So without further ado, we're going to announce our third place winner. We'll have you guys come up here, name your prize, and take a picture, and we'll get you a challenge coin and a gift card. So third place is actually a tie. We had two siblings that were competing against each other, I think. They finished third at the same time on headquarters. I witnessed it. It was Dimitri and Soraya King of West Orange. Everybody wants to join us.
Yeah.
Picture. Middle of the task. I love your car.
Good job, guys. Good job. What was the third one?
Is that okay? Just because Can I take a look?
Did you take your picture in your jiu-jitsu outfit? Did you take a picture in your jiu-jitsu outfit? What? It's not done? You don't know
All right, our second place winner, I think he walked out as the first place winner, had just claimed his prize, so he missed it by about 20 seconds. But Jack Ballack of fourth place is our second place winner.
She lost my last gift card, so you don't want to do that to your mom.
Congratulations.
Two, and one. And two.
All right, and our grand prize winner, a very sought-after Nintendo Switch. I'm not sure what it does, but a video game of some sort. First place, Emiliano Restrepo of West State.
Very proud. Way to go. Terrific. Good job.
And again, Mayor, that was paid for by the Rochelle Park Police Department Foundation and through funds from the Municipal Alliance. So we're grateful that we get those funds to use, and the foundation is a 501c3. If anybody wants to make a donation, RocheparkPoliceFoundation.org.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Sure.
Just meet up with the cops.
Oh, yes.
This Saturday from 9 to 12 at Dunkin' right down the street, we have our
Right before the Ragamuffin Parade.
fourth annual coffee with coffee event. So coffee's on us, there's coffee mugs on us too, a lot of giveaways, so make sure you come down if you don't have a card. We'll have a lot of cards on hand, so please come down and get some coffee with coffee and conversations with them. So hopefully we'll see you there.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Great,
guys.
thank you.
Thank you.
Good job.
Okay. Next up is the proclamation Hindu Heritage Month. So we'll be recognizing October 2023 as Hindu Heritage Month. Whereas Hinduism is the third largest religion in the world with more than 1 billion followers worldwide and 4 million in the United States. And whereas during the month of October, the culture, history, traditions, and achievements of Hindus are recognized and celebrated throughout the United States. And whereas Hindu Americans have made numerous positive contributions in all aspects of society, from science to business to politics to spirituality, and whereas New Jersey's vibrant Hindu American community has contributed tremendously to the vitality of the state and enriched the lives of the citizens. And whereas Hindus strive to live by Dharma, which is a code of living that emphasizes good conduct, morality, acceptance of all living in harmony with nature. And whereas during the month of October 2023, the Hindu American community will collectively celebrate its heritage by focusing on its culture and diverse spiritual traditions rooted in India. Now, therefore, I, Jennifer Apici, and the committee members of the Township of Rochelle Park hereby proclaim in the month of October 2023 as Hindu Heritage Month, and urge all the citizens to take cognizance of this event and participate fittingly in its observance. Thank you, Sue.
Too bad they couldn't have a flag. Too bad they couldn't have a flag.
Yeah, we want to go take a picture.
You know, we'll be sued.
Want to take a picture?
What?
Take a picture.
I don't have my phone. I got to do that.
Next up is correspondence.
A letter, Mayor, Committee, Township Administrator, and CFO Report of 2023 tax sale. The 2023 tax sale was scheduled for Thursday, October 26th. However, all 2022 delinquencies have been paid before the date, and therefore no tax sale is required. This translates into a 100% collection rate on our 2022 tax levy. Respectfully submitted, Kathy Cerici, CTC Tax Collector.
All right.
Oh, that's great.
Okay, can I have an approval of the agenda?
I'll motion. Second.
Committeewoman Otola?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Pacsetti?
Yes.
Committeewoman Boniface?
Yes.
Committeeman Maska?
Yes.
And Mayor Apici? Yes.
Okay, next up, discussion. The first one is heart-to-heart, right-of-way access.
She is here? I don't see her.
See
I can paraphrase. This is a business located on Legion Place, and you should have it in your packet. There should be a letter from Patty Skornavaca. What they're looking to do is put a bike rack at the end of the sidewalk, which is obviously the township's right of way. And you'll see in the pictures, there's a telephone pole, shrubs, and right now a bird feeder in that same area. And you'll also see a picture of it's just a M-shaped bike rack. It's a single tube that's shaped in the letter of an M, and they were looking to put that to some of their clients, guests, and employees. Because it's on the township's right away, it's not a zoning or a planning board issue. It has to come before this body, and you make a determination of whether or not we want to pass a resolution to allow such a thing. I think Dave has seen it. Again, it's at a dead end of a sidewalk and up against the utility pole and shrubs before the neighbor's property. And while it's the township's right away, it's mounted with 4 bolts into the ground. If we would have to remove it, we could. So I don't see it as an issue, but I see it as, being good partners with our stakeholders. And what Heart to Heart does is so it's basically a center for those with special needs. They help individuals that suffer from a variety of special needs, including autism. So Patty was going to come before you to show you these plans, share her ideas with you. Originally, they wanted to put some other items on the town's right away, but they were agreement when we said no, it would cause a public hazard, and those were things like a concrete flower bed along the curbing, and obviously that would be a fire prevention or a fire department issue, as well as emergency responders not being able to use the entirety of the driveway, even though there's a curb. So she immediately backed off and said, fine, I'd be happy with this bike rack if at all possible. So we can, obviously, you guys can consider this, and if something we want to proceed on, or ask Patty to come back next meeting to present it. Maybe I'm missing something, as she would say, we can do that.
I have a question.
Sure.
Is this, just from looking at the picture,
Mhm.
6, is this blocking the stairs?
Well, so that's just a picture of the style of bike rack. That's not where it would be. It's not, yeah, it has not even been,
Where-
so it's going to be where you see pictures 1, 2, 3, and 4 in that area. Right by 2 and 4, she's giving you a long angle to show you that it's just a grassy knoll between the end of their concrete sidewalk, and that's the neighbor's property to her south. But that, again, it's a township's right of way. And it's been done before. Other committees have allowed people to have access on the right of way, knowing that at any time, the township can revoke such access, and that they would have to maintain it for safety, et cetera, and assume liability.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we would have to do it via
Did
resolution.
anybody go over there and look at it?
So James DiMaria did.
No, not you, Dean. I want to know if anybody on this committee went and looked at it. Well, I did on my way here. There's no problem with it. Let them put the bike rack up.
So just a couple of questions.
Sure.
Is it, who maintains that area?
That grassy area is maintained by the property owner. Well, it's the
Right.
township's right away, the property owner is responsible.
So they-
would still be responsible for the maintenance of it.
Okay.
et cetera.
And then is it going to be a problem, since it's right there, is it going to be a problem with any kind of snow removal issues or?
No, so it's not on the street, and it's that M-shaped bike rack, and, as Committeewoman Boniface said, if you were to visit the site, you could see, it's pretty much gonna go right here, yeah. Committeewoman Artola.
Yeah,
So it's,
And then, any kind of, pipes underneath that it'll affect?
they would
or-
have to call before they dig, right?
Okay.
I have a little bit of a cold, I apologize.
That's all right.
Yeah, they would have to call before they dig, they would have to follow all those same rules.
Okay. As long as it's not in the way of anything, I think it's a great idea.
And we can, have the clerk draft the resolution for November's meeting. Right, you don't have one, Emery, there wasn't one drafted?
No.
Okay, perfect.
Great. Okay, next up is the PSNG upgrade to municipal buildings, lighting and HVAC.
All right, so I will take the lead on this. I have our CFO, Roy Rigatano, is here. We could discuss the financing aspect of it. This was something that, again, I apologize for my cough. Several years ago, the township had done this. Many lighting fixtures in this building, as well as some of the other township buildings, were converted to LED. Those that weren't would be converted under this project, as well as replacing the 9 HVAC units that are on top of this roof. I know you're saying, well, we had talked about getting out of this building. However, I could tell you, the last week alone, we had to fix a boiler, we had to fix an AC unit. We have one that's on the fritz, and I know Dave Brown has told us there's another one that's ready to go. This would replace all 9 units on top of this roof, as well as the one gas boiler that's outdated. Down at the OEM/EMS building would replace all the all the fixtures with LED bulbs, replace the one HVAC unit that needs replacement. Out in Hall and Carlock Field, same thing, where all the all the fixtures would be converted to LEDs, replace the one HVAC unit, that's the older one down there. DPW building, same thing, LED fixtures, replace the one HVAC unit. And Matthews Field, all the fixtures will be converted to LED only. The original project cost for something like this is close to, well, it's here, you have the number, $659,000 through PSE&G incentives, takes off $481,000, and I'm just using round figures. It would cost the township $177,629.34. Again, that's 9, 10, 11, 12 HVAC units, one gas boiler, and all the bulbs would be converted to LEDs. With these high efficiency units, we save money on the repairs that need to be made. We have one that we have to replace already. I have an estimate for over $13,000. And the monthly savings would be $1,934 on our, basically our electric bill. Because again, these are, higher efficiency units. I know when we looked at it, we looked at this, I did it a year ago when I first came into this role. I know, again, previous administrators have done similar projects. I think even if we were to move forward and find a new municipal building, that wouldn't be done for 2 to 3, 4 years. This is the way to go, and knowing that we have all these units that are old, outdated, and cost us money. And I think, again, I brought the CFO in here to talk about how we would finance that.
So you have a couple avenues. Probably the best avenue would be to bond it. And the reason is because the debt issued would be $180,000 thereabouts. It would be paid over probably 6 years. Again, that would be your decision. You could bond it. We could also potentially put it in the budget for next year as well in operating for $117,000, because there is some money you're going to see get canceled next month. One of them was Carlock Field in the operating account. So technically what we could do is we could cancel by resolution that appropriation this year and put that Carlock lighting into this program next year. So there would be no debt issued whatsoever. That would be a council decision, but we need to know now, because November is the last time you can bond for this year. Steve Rogert is very adamant. He's our bond counsel and attorney. And once November comes, after that, we do not bond till January. That's just the policy that he has, and we adhere to our attorney.
I have a question.
Yep.
The roof is able to handle this?
That's what's up there.
Yeah, I know, but putting a new unit.
It's replacement.
Are we supposed to be replacing the roof at some point?
So whether or not these items are there existing, right, the roof, a new roof would have to work around whatever's there. So we have an estimate for that, just under $700,000 for just the first roof, not the second floor roof. But again, regardless of what's up there, they would
It
have to.
doesn't matter, you don't need to do the roof first to put these up.
Correct.
Is that what you're saying?
Correct.
But they also were very, when we did the conference call, they were very adamant, they need a decision now. If we're going to do the project, then how we fund it would be amongst us here. But that grant is coming to an end, through the feds, through the state, through public service. So we do have a time constraint on this. Is it a yes or a no, to move forward? That's your decision.
Tick, tock, tick, tock, tick, tock.
Me personally, I would put it into the budget for next year.
Budget, okay?
That's all, I mean, what do you guys think? I think we could fit it in.
You'll have a resolution for cancellation next month on the one appropriation in this year's current fund. That will lapse to operations and fund balance, and then we'll have that money available next year, and you'll see it in the budget itself, public service upgrade utilities. All right? That's it.
Thank you, Roy.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for coming out.
Okay. Administrator report?
I pretty much covered it. With that, it's what I had. Yeah, anything we don't cover as you give your reports, I'll follow up.
Committee reports? Committeewoman Donna, please?
Yeah, thanks everybody for coming tonight. I got a couple questions for you, Mayor. Please tell me how you are addressing funding gaps in the Rochelle Park Pump Station, securing crucial upgrades for our community. How did you do that?
Well, we worked on the bond.
How? You worked on the bond?
Well, we discussed it, all of us, it's something that we're all, the committee's working.
There's no bond out for that yet.
But it's something that we were discussing and working on. So it's something that we've been discussing to work on, yes.
So what did you secure? How much did you secure? Like,
Me personally?
yeah, you
No,
personally,
I
because
didn't
this is, you're saying this on
Yeah.
your flyer.
Right, I'm part of the committee and that's something that we've been working on.
It's been working on long before you sat on the committee. Long before. I want to know how you strengthen our police force by hiring new officers and securing funds for ongoing recruitment. How much funds did you secure for recruitment? I'm just asking you, Jen. I find it hard to believe.
So all the
I
meetings,
get this, what?
all the meetings that we have with the police and.
Where did you secure funds? I want to know where those funds are. Where did you secure funds for ongoing recruitment? We don't seem to need recruitment of police officers. We get a whole bunch applying when we have an opening.
So we put it in our budget this year to bring in more officers if needed.
Securing funds for ongoing recruitment. I just find it hard to believe that you're laying claim to this. That's my report. I got a headache today.
Committeewoman Bartola?
So the Rochelle Park Library programs, children and their grown-ups can join us at the library every Thursday at 4 p.m. for a fun story time, followed by a craft at 4:30. Regular programs are Teen Advisory Council, Book Club, Adult Crafts, and Tech Tutor. Slow Stretch Yoga is available on Zoom every Wednesday at 12 noon. This will be recorded and available on the social media for a week after the program. Please see the Rochelle Park Library website or visit them for more information on these and other events. Last week, I took a CPR class offered to CERT members. I'd like to thank Sergeant Jared Shakin and Detective Brian Glena for teaching the class. That's all.
Committeeman Musto?
How's everybody doing? The building report, permits issued for the month of September were 36. UCC inspections were 81. Total value of construction was $433,673. Permit fees collected, $17,502. Permit fees waived were $530. Zoning permits, $1,575. Zoning inspections reviewed were 3. Zoning applications were 25. Zoning violations, 0. Continuing certificate of occupancies, $1,425. Standalone inspections were 31. Property maintenance violations issued were 13. 1 complaint, 10 CCO inspections, and for total fees for the month collected were $20,502, and the year-to-date revenue for the building is $475,100. And that's it for me.
Thank you. Deputy Mayor Bussetti?
DPW report, the street sweeper was weekly The street sweeper was weekly since the second week of October, about 45 hours. We picked up metal curbside on Monday for recycling. Call the DPW, schedule yours. Down street service sprayed all the town-owned properties. A second treatment for lantern flies under a grant that the town received. Reminder, electronic pickup every fourth Wednesday of the month. Please call the recycling hotline at 201-587-7740, extension 2501. We had 5 calls for reported sewer backups. Please contact the DPW office if you'd like to be put on the list. I have a tree planted in front of your home. We have 16 residents that expressed interest looking for more. Reminder that December 11th, 2023 is the last day for grass and leaves pickup for 2024. We completed 2 inspections of sewer lateral hookups to the town line. We have assisted a Boy Scout with some barrels and dumpsters for their Eagle Scout project on the gazebo. The young scout and his teams are doing an amazing job and should be commended for the work and effort put in. All the residents should be reminded that Rochelle Park does not allow for the placing of any leaves in the street. All leaves need to be placed in paper bags or in garbage can barrels. No plastic bags will pick up. The stormwater report, we have cleaned up off the storm drains after recent rains. While conducting an outfall inspection, we found 2 down trees in the brooks as well. Both trees fell from the county of Bergen property, and they will be notified and have come out and removed the trees from the waterway. I have notified the county of 2 storm drains that are located on county roads that are started to collapse. Police report. A total of 1,082 calls for service were answered for the month of September. 166 motor vehicle stops were conducted with a total of 385 summonses. 48 suspicious persons and vehicles and occurrences were investigated. A total of 14 arrests were made, encompassing 23 different criminal charges. These criminal arrests were highlighted by the arrest of an individual for aggravated assault with a metal folding chair and an individual accused of distributing crack cocaine within the township. The community outreach, the training card program was a success. The 2023 bicycle rodeo was held on September 2nd at Midland School. Children from Rochelle Park were taught to ride a bike, learn proper helmet fitting, and their skills competition, reviewed a demonstration from our very own motorcycle unit. 2023 Coffee with a Cop event will be held on October 28th from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. at the Rochelle Park Dunkin' Donuts, 200 West Passaic Street. Meet and greet officers, share stories, ask questions, enjoy free coffee on Rochelle Park PD. The 2023 Ragamuffin Parade will have a police escort, as children will be traveling from 100 Rochelle Ave to Matthews Field. Costume lineup begins at 11 a.m. with the parade kicking off at 11:30. Games, food, and fun will be held from 12 to 2 p.m. at Matthews Field.
If I may, Mayor?
Yes.
Thank you. I know Committeeman Bussetti or Deputy Mayor Bussetti talked about the tree program. I implore everyone in this audience, please, please, please speak to your neighbor. If you don't want a tree, maybe they do, have them reach out. Besides the township being able to purchase trees, we have public services willing to put trees on several streets where they did some wire work. They've reached out to every resident on a couple of those streets, and 3 responded in the affirmative. Stormwater management is a huge issue nowadays. Not only do trees absorb the water, but they also cool stormwater runoff, which is part of the pollution problems that contribute to decline in our stormwater. And we're going to have to answer for, as every other municipality does in the state of New Jersey. So I'm going to advise this committee. I've advised Dave to try to find spots to put trees, and if it means we have to put them back in the township's curb area between the curb and the sidewalk, we will. because as part of our stormwater management issues that we will have to confront in the years to come, and besides making the town even look better, right, we have these other issues to consider. So I'm throwing that out there now. I want you to be aware. We'll do our homework, our due diligence, tree style, root ball control, et cetera. But I think it's in the town's best interest that we proceed in that manner. Thank you, Michael.
Okay, recreation basketball registration is open, and we'll be closing on Monday, October 30th, so please go on and register today for your children. Ragamuffin Parade will be taking place this Saturday, October 28th at Matthews Field, with a rain date of Sunday, October 29th. Lineup does start at 11 a.m., and the parade will begin at 11:30 at the Presbyterian Church at 100 Rochelle Ave, followed by the activities from 12 to 2 p.m. Boy Scouts Troop 114 is holding their fish fry on November 19th. Tickets are $20 per person with a choice of chicken or fish. Please contact Diane Haslett or Jason Termina for tickets. I'd also like to thank Chris Alvarez of Troop 114 for his Eagle Scout project that he's working on restoring the gazebo outside here at the municipal building. He and his fellow scouts and leaders have been working tirelessly to assist with his project, and it does look absolutely great. So thank you.
And Mayor, just so everyone's aware, Saturday's weather looks to be 82 degrees and sunny, so it looks to be a perfect day for a ragamuffin parade, unless you're dressing up like Santa, but, yeah.
Great. Okay, attorney report,
Nothing for me, Mayor.
clerk's report.
Just for Diane, she couldn't be here tonight. There's flyers up there. If anybody's interested in the fish fry, there is actually a QR code that you can scan to order your tickets. They need to know how much to order, and you can get fish or chicken.
Thank you.
It's good.
I got it last week.
Okay, next up is public portion.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second
Thank
Committeewoman Otola?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Vassetti?
Yes.
Committeewoman Boniface?
Yes, as always.
Committeeman Maska?
it. Yes.
And Mayor Pichu?
Yes.
Can I try to ask the public to kindly try to keep your comments to 3 minutes? And Township Committee, if you intend to respond to any questions, please wait until the public finishes their entire comments with the 3-minute time limit. Thank you.
Manhattan, West Older Street. I'm here for the same old stories, the pumping station. Okay. A while
Mrs.
back,
Hahn, can you move up a little bit?
Or move the microphone.
Or-
closer.
I move
If you
this
would like
back
to
a
sit.
little bit.
Yeah. There you go.
A couple months back, I asked Mr. Pinto about how things are going, and you told me all our ducks were in a row. Only to find out at the last meeting, the plans aren't even finished yet. Now, are they finished for the pumping station?
I don't want to take up your time. No, the plans are being worked on. We are continuing in that manner. Dave was brought into the room. Our DPW personnel sat with the Boswell, and they will finalize plans. Why would we authorize plans when we didn't have any form, right, any?
Okay. Second of all, have we
But I could
gotten,
tell you this, Mrs. Allen. I got that project going where it was sitting stale for many years prior.
it's just taken a long time. And
Oh, it's going to take a long time.
have we gotten any firm confirmation that we got this grant?
Nope, not yet. We're waiting on FEMA.
How long do they wait? Did they send you a letter of intention
Correct.
in
So
August?
We were told the end of October would be around
And for
the
3
time.
years, you've been going after the grant.
It's been about 3 years.
Yeah, that's how FEMA operates. It was denied for 2 years. This year was approved.
Well, we want the pumping station to operate. That's our fight. If something goes wrong with that, you know what ended up last time with the carting stuff around. Okay? And now, I gotta put the glasses on, the old age. Um, If we have to wait so long for this grant and there's a problem, in the future, would it make sense to dedicate the funds from Ascend to help go towards the pumping station rather than put it in general revenue? Because that's a big ticket, Ascend's money. And we're talking 1.9 million, and it's gone up to 3 with conversations here for the pumping station. And we have no money spent for it yet. And the way you're bonding, that's a big bond to put on somebody. Okay? Now we're going to number 2. Number 2 is the pilot program. I questioned for an audit copy, didn't get it yet.
Yeah, so if I may,
Roy said he was going to give it to me the next day. That was a month ago. Didn't get it yet.
yeah, so I can
Okay.
tell you this, Mrs. Houghton, my 2 predecessors never actually followed the pilot program. They never demanded a audit from the storage. I have,
5 years ago, did we have the pilot program?
I'm sorry?
5 years ago?
I'm
did
not
we?
talking, I didn't say 5 years ago. I said 2 predecessors.
No.
The pilot agreement demands that Columbia Storage provide us with a financial audit.
Right.
That hadn't been done. It's now being ordered. So it'll
Okay.
be done. They're going to give us 21 and 22.
Administrator, I believe there is right in the pilot agreement, I think it's $12,000 that we get to do an audit on them.
It's not how it reads, and it's been reviewed by
How's it read?
our auditor, Parente. I know Roy has looked at it, Kathy Cerrici and I have looked at it. It says they are responsible to provide us with a financial audit. The $12,000 would be for our people to look at that, what they provide us. But we can't go in and seize their books. They have to provide us with an audit, which they're doing. It hadn't been done in 21 or 22, and I said, well, why
I
is
brought
that?
it up many times,
Well,
many times here I brought it up.
so
I'm
as
not
soon as we
saying-
get it, no, ma'am, I know, ma'am, they told us 4 weeks out, about maybe last Wednesday. So, and that's pretty quick, according to Andrew Parente, that somebody can turn it around, so we're hopeful we'll get at least 1 year.
Anyway, for the year 2022, the total taxes paid for 120 were 240,000 plus 100 and something, okay? The developer's agreement says 254 is the minimum amount of tax.
So if I may, Mrs. Houghton, because you bring this up every month, this is not the form. However, I have my CFO, my tax collector sitting right there.
Yeah.
Let's make an appointment where we can explain to you where you're getting that number. It's, I think, from Benike's recommendation report. It's not in the actual pilot agreement. There's also more to it, and I don't want to misspeak.
What's
My
worthless?
professionals are here, and they can explain it to you.
I have the spreadsheet you gave me,
That's, okay.
okay?
I'm
Kathy
gonna,
helped me out with other figures, okay? That's only the land assessed. The tax appraiser would tax the land. The difference between the land and the developer's agreement is about $14,000. Who's responsible for this 14? The developer, because he signed the agreement? And who goes after the 14,000? You, Roy, who?
the tax collector will do so if need be. But I
It
think
has nothing to do with taxes, the other money. It's separate.
you need to sit, and the finance department, well, it doesn't matter whether it's Roy, Kathy, you need to make an appointment, speak with Kathy and Roy. And I think it could be explained to you in a way that you'll stop asking this every month, because you're confusing 2 different issues.
What am I confusing?
Ms. Houghton, I don't want to cut you off, but I want to just keep you wary of your time. I think the administrator said he'd be happy to set up a meeting with you and the professionals so that you could have all your questions answered appropriately and directly. But I do want to ask you to just be
I just
mindful of
have
your
2
time.
more short
All right,
questions.
please kindly make them quick.
Okay.
Go ahead.
In the governor's agreement, can they do a tax appeal if they've gotten a pilot program? Does anybody know?
I don't think so. I don't believe so.
Because they have
That's the
tax
agreement.
appeals up already. Does anybody know anything?
You want to avoid, that's me.
There's a way
Roy?
to tax freeze once a pilot is granted. So there's no appeal, and the pilot is still underway. So there won't be a freeze. So the township will get the money in the pilot program.
Okay, last question is, it's a statement, not a question. The statement is, Election Day is coming. I can't, I'm saying for myself now, but I'm sure there's people that agree with me. I can't believe everything I read in these flyers. I only know what's going on when I come to the meetings, okay? I've always had the philosophy, if I don't come to a meeting, I can't complain, because I don't take an interest. When it comes to voting, back in my high school years in Hasbrook Heights, I was taught by a very good history teacher, and he said, a vote is your right, a privilege, and a duty. It's a right that we fought for over many years, all right? A privilege because other countries all don't have the right to vote. And a duty, if you want a government and you don't like what you see, or you see and you don't want it, or whatever you want to do, however you want to vote, then take that duty and make that one vote. That's all the voice you have, is that one vote. And no one knows who you vote for when you pull that curtain behind you. So you can tell all your Democratic friends, your Republican friends, your independent friends, agree with them on anything they want to hear you say. And when you pull that curtain, vote for what you think is the best for you and this town. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening. Mike Schneider, Howard Avenue, Rochelle Park. Just curious, is there any updates to the grant for raising the homes that we were approved for? Anything on that?
So we did receive that the grant was approved, and I am waiting for Sylvia Hastry from the State Police OEM unit. She had sent us a grant program agreement letter. She was in Utah all of last week. I had sent her our signed copy. Once she comes back, we will schedule a kickoff meeting, and we will then notify the residents of where we're going from there. So it has been approved, and it's literally within, today I got the letter. So
Excellent.
that's
Thank
why I've
you.
been put on today's agenda. Thank you. So yeah, we'll definitely be in touch, sir.
Hi, everyone. Michael Warren, 181 West Oldest. Just 2 points for tonight. One, for Dean, I still think the best place to plant a tree is where you took it out of the ground from. And I know in the tax letter you are calling for residents to say they want a tree planted, but I still think wherever you took them out of the ground, they should go back in at the bare minimum to replace them. So, but everyone here knows my feelings about that. My second comment, Dean, is there an update? I was late to the meeting, but is there an update on the police contract negotiations?
Not yet, that we've had one meeting with.
Okay, and who from the Township Committee is on the committee to represent the resident here?
Yeah, the deputy mayor, the mayor, and the attorney.
Okay, so, I mean, just a point of concern that I have as someone who negotiates contracts, teacher contracts for the NJA as my part-time job. I've done dozens in Bergen County. I know Mr. Bassetti is an active law enforcement officer. I have never seen an employer bring someone to the table to negotiate with the teachers who is also a teacher, even a retired teacher. I really have a deep concern about that. Not that I think Mr. Bassetti can't be impartial, not that Mr. Bassetti has anything detrimental to his ability to negotiate, but there's a separation that should occur between, the employer, which is the Township Committee, who's supposed to represent the residents, and the police department. I was on the committee last time in 2018, right? You were there as well. And again, I know there's nothing illegal about it. I don't think it's ethical to have someone from the same employment category negotiate against people in the same employment category. So I do have a concern about that.
Sure. And I'm sure, as you remember and recall, Mr. Davidson's a retired law enforcement officer, and as part of the appropriate authority,
right,
he was a part of every contract.
Right. He was there as the administrator, which you are there as the administrator, which is why I did not point out that you were also in the room as the chief of police, which we can debate later, but I just want to bring it to attention. I don't know how that would look. Not that our police don't deserve, raises. I'm not saying that. You guys know I tout our police force to everyone who will listen. I just think the look is bad, that you're bringing in a police officer to negotiate with other police officers. So I want to share that point, and I appreciate your time. Thank you, Dean, for the answers. Mr. Bassetti, again, no disrespect. I know your job is tough as a police officer, so I just want to bring that point to the Township Committee. Thank you.
Make a motion to close public portion.
Second.
Are you
Are you
motioning?
making that motion,
No,
or
I'm asking.
you're asking? I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Committeewoman Otola?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Pacsetti?
Yes.
Committeewoman Boniface?
Yes.
Committeeman Maska?
Yes.
And Mayor Tucci?
Yes. Approval of the minutes. Mayor Apici asks for a motion to approve the minutes listed below, work session and closed session minutes dated 10/11/2023. Can I have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Committeewoman Otola?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Pacsetti?
Yes.
Committeewoman Boniface?
Yes.
Committeeman Maska?
Yes.
And Mayor Tucci?
Yes. All items listed below are considered to be routine and non-controversial by the Township Committee and will be approved by one motion. There will be no separate discussion on these items unless a committee member or citizen so requests, in which case the item will be removed from the consent agenda and considered in its normal sequence on the agenda as part of the general orders. Resolutions number 023-200 through resolution number 023-204.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Committeewoman Otola?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Pacsetti?
Yes.
Committeewoman Boniface?
Yes.
Committeeman Maska?
Yes.
And Mayor Tucci?
Yes. Okay, we're going to move to closed session. Closed session is matters relating to personal PD.
Is there a motion to?
Make a motion to go to closed. Second.
Committeewoman Otola?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Pacsetti?
Yes.
Committeewoman Boniface?
Yes.
Committeeman Maska?
Yes.
And Mayor Tucci? Yes.
For the public's benefit, there will be no formal action taken after closed session. Have a good night.